Ay, cash.
Right back to it.
Alright, man, so go ahead, man. Give me your take on this Drake joint, man. First of all, as I was asking, did you like the song?
I did like the song. I like the beat. I like the beat. I don't think it was a bad song. Like I said, no songs on the album was a skip to me.
Okay.
Whatever Drake was rapping about, I ain't gonna lie, I really wasn't listening. He been doing like this tough guy flow for like the last couple of years, and I'm off that. You know, I don't like that type of shit, bro. He did it on a whole 21 album, and now he feel like he gotta stay in that. Whatever caricature he's playing now, I don't know.
Well, he full L for life.
Yeah, this threatening guy. Now you bringing up old. All right, cool. What did he say? Drake disses Pharrell era Louis Vuitton, targets Pusha T on Travis Scott's Meltdown. Mm-hmm. The beef return.
Drake's done in that too, by the way. But
did he really?
Yeah, he did on one of the first like few bars. He did.
Gunna might win that. Album's great, but Drake used his verse on Meltdown, a track on Travis Scott's new album Utopia, to reignite his long-standing beef with Pusha T and throw some shots in Pharrell's direction as well. Toward the end of the time on this track, Drake alludes to Jupiter, Pharrell's luxury auction house, where Drake may have purchased several of Pharrell's chains. And I quote, "I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a fuck about that heritage shit." Mm-hmm. And then, since V not around, the members done hung up the Louis. They not even wearing that shit.
You know, also referencing,
Yeah, what did he say?
the fashion show that just
you
happened.
lucky that Vogue was suing, because I would have been with the Wassas in Paris and shit. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, he's referring to Pusha T's boss is quote unquote Pharrell, which I'm not necessarily sure how he formulated that, but it's cool. It's a rap. It's a bar.
Yeah,
cool. You know what I'm saying? And he decided to, I guess, say, I would have been in Paris to do something physical to you if Vogue.
I know what the Wassas. I don't know what the Wassas is, but you know what I'm saying?
If Vogue wasn't suing, I would have been in Paris. I'm not sure how the two correlate, I'll be honest with you. But it's rap.
I was thinking the same thing.
Rap, you can say anything and people think it's cool. He just wanted to get a reaction here. Now, he lost this rap beef 5 years ago in dramatic fashion. This shit was worse than Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped in the rap beef with Pusha T. Mm-hmm. I'll give him credit. It was a good song. Mm-hmm. Was this the time or place to reignite the beef? After you the one that said you weren't even going to go any further because your mans told you knock it off. After you got your ass whooped, you let somebody else told you don't even release the new song that he said he got this atomic bomb like Oppenheimer that he's ready to drop. Pusha T. That's what he said.
I feel like he's trying to let me just say this. Be devil advocate. If he does, before I even give him off my whatever, I feel like what he is saying, if he does have this song, right? Okay. He's doing his best to keep throwing shots to where Pusha T says something so now he can drop the song.
Pusha T has been saying stuff. He's went on several interviews after the rap beef and it made it even worse. He told him where you got the information from about your whole camp.
So your boy was pillow talking.
He told you your best friend was pillow talking. Yeah. And he made it very clear he would never stop. And he has no fear of any retaliation, whether it be physical, verbal. Nobody from your camp is respected by Pusha T.
At all.
That's what he said. He said he's seen Birdman in person. He said he's seen all these people associated with you. And he ain't got no fears of it.
Yeah, listen, Virginia is different. But
Virginia is different.
Yeah, but continue. Go ahead. Let me go ahead.
I think at this point, and I'm gonna get to like what he like the melting down and change and all that in a little bit. But song wise, I don't understand. He's just a weird dude. I mean, let's keep it on. He's just a weird guy. This makes no sense.
As a fan of Drake, he's a cornball, boy.
Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying. I just want to throw that.
I mean, it was just weird. I mean, you lost. It's been 5 years. Like, it don't make sense to me. Like, if y'all was in the middle of this, you had all the time and opportunity in the world to say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. Number one, 5 years later, you lucky I wasn't there, nigga. Whoa, I would. 5 years later.
You know, niggas be saying that. You usually held me back. You better hold me back.
I mean, I think a lot of times just the glaring difference between like how whatever he was brought up in, whether that be his camp, whether that be tough, Canadian, wherever it is, versus how people that are really from that, I think that shows a lot.
It does, it shows. Because Pusha T stands and all that shit.
Yeah, so I just think he kind of just is showing who he really is in all this. I mean, Pusha T been called out his integrity as a man years ago, and I think he continues to be correct, proven correct. So that's where I stand with it.
I think the song's cool. I think it's one of the better, for me personally. I'll go back and listen to it, but it's one of the better songs on there.
Okay.
I take the verse for what it is the verse on the song.
Okay.
I personally like the fact of just, I like rap beef. Of course, I know that, when we spoke about this, I am a fan of Push and I'm a fan of Drake, but we all know Drake ain't about to do not a damn motherfucking thing, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just like the lyricals.
Yeah, I just personally like the fact of, I'm gonna just continue to get at somebody. You think about like the Nas and Jay-Z shit, where it's always something with them. Like, you know, every time that Nas is dropping an album, Jay happened to drop something on the same day. And then, like, you know, even this year when Jay had the fucking Hove exhibition in Brooklyn, Nas dropped his album. You know, it's just little subtle shit of just like, we're always gonna have beef. Yeah, we can say we're cool, but we always gonna have beef. With them, we know they're not cool. Cool. If you want to go rap at each other 47 times, please do. I'm actually waiting for Push to now, since technically he didn't drop that diss song.
Because the response was so bad, it wasn't even worth it, bro.
I like the response. The fact that what Jim Jones did, I like the fact that Pusha T didn't drop a song. He just played it at a fashion show and Jim Jones immediately dropped the song. For rap beef, I just like that. For rap beef, I don't care whether I want rap beef. If y'all gonna have rap beef, just rap at each other and just let me just hear some shit. So I'm actually, and I know that Pusha T song is gonna be fucking phenomenal.
See you part of the problem, bro. This remind me of when Lil TJ decided to try to throw bars in Don Q's direction.
Oh, Don Q ate that nigga up, bro.
It's a mismatch, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Rap beef is only fun. Beef fights is only fun if it's competitive.
I agree. But
nobody enjoyed it.
You thought Crawford and Spence was competitive too. No, I'm talking about before that.
Nah, I ain't never thought that.
Okay.
I'll get my thoughts on that in a few. But
yeah, most
people. I don't know. Yeah, most people did. You're right. And most people said something. I don't know what people watch. I watched a few Spence fights. I don't see nothing special about anything.
I seen both of them fight, but I always knew that Terence Crawford was
clearly. You don't got to be a boxing expert to see that he can fight way better than.
No, he can just fight.
He can just fight. Period.
That's somebody said he looked like. I know you ain't never watched it, but you ever seen the 50 Cent show BMF? Did you ever watch that at all?
Yeah.
You know the crazy.
You do like Lamar a little bit.
They said he looked like. We know Lamar was bodying who's up.
He was.
So, but no. I mean, you're right. I may be part of the problem. I understand, and I agree with you. You know, it's only fair. You only want to see it when there's like a true battle. However, because Pusha T raps so well, and all of his, no matter if it's a song or a diss, that shit's gonna be great. That song that he just dropped in the Paris joint and hasn't dropped yet, you heard how funny.
Boy, you make me sick.
Yeah, you heard how that shit was gonna sound. So for me, it's as a fan, I want to hear you drop that shit.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, Drake said, all right, whatever he said, because I mean, what Drake did was he did a lot. If we want to be honest, right?
I'm listening.
In that Meek Mill battle. That back-to-back song wasn't that good. It was a good song.
I was just having this conversation.
It was a cool song. He had memorable moments, and it was able to be rapped along with.
I was literally just having this conversation with somebody when I said, to be honest, Meek Mill lost that battle, but I think he did more damage to Drake's legacy as a rapper than Drake did to Meek Mill's.
For rap fans.
For rap fans.
Let's say for rap fans.
For real hip hop fans.
For real hip hop fans.
Whenever you start bringing up ghosts that Drake love claiming he's the new Jay-Z and all this shit, the first thing somebody's gonna bring up is, you don't even make your own music. You don't even rap. You don't even write.
But let's not even talk about that.
That's always gonna be a conversation.
That's gonna be a conversation. But you can talk about like in that diss, fucking Meek told you that a nigga pissed on you. Hey, listen, you can hear a lot about Jay. You heard about this and that about Jay. Ain't nobody, you ain't never hear that. A nigga leaked it. Yo, you heard about a nigga leaking Jay record and got stabbed.
That's a fact.
So, there's a difference. But that's why I just say Drake made a good song where everybody can rap to it. He said some catchy shit. And again, this is another thing where you're going to hear this outside. People gonna know the bars. Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Whatever. But now I like when Pusha T says, all right, cool, I'm gonna rap. And I'm gonna rap and you're gonna be upset.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go crying to LeBron and say, man, you know, when it comes to rap, you gotta keep it rapping, some things just go too far. No, it doesn't. No, the fuck it doesn't.
Yeah.
When Nas and Jay was going back at it, Jay was talking about how I fuck such and such. Nas was talking about crazy shit.
But again, so you making my point. You're talking about when Drake starts getting into that zone, you can clearly see the reflection of what he's from versus people that are really from there.
We know that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the only thing where I say is like I'm only liking this for the fact that I'm hoping that Pusha T drops that record. I'm hoping that Pusha T, even if he doesn't drop that record, he drops a response to now, since Jim Jones won't be, I'm a Dipset fan, whatever. But
I already got the ass whooped once,
so now I want now Pusha to be like, all right, you know what? I'll go in the booth real quick and drop a diss song to both of you and end that shit immediately, because we know how good Pusha T of a rapper. We know what his diss songs do.
That's true. I will give you that. I would love to hear Pusha T drop an actual diss song that finally just puts an end to all this Drake shit.
Yeah, just like, shut the fuck up, dog.
Yeah, like enough is enough, bro.
Enough, get off my dick, nigga, shut up.
Stop it. Not to mention, this nigga Drake just having the tour. He walks out with Meek Mill.
I was just about to say, he
gets on stage and say, Philly, I love y'all. Meek is a real nigga. I'm a real nigga too.
But he said, I'm a real nigga too. He said, I'm a real nigga, and you know what I'm saying, I don't lie, right?
And I gotta be real about this shit.
It.
Last time I was here, I couldn't even get comfortable, man. He got us out of here quick. He ran us out of Philly, y'all. I'm a real nigga, so I gotta tell the truth.
Yo, as a real nigga,
as a real nigga, I can admit when I got bitch.
Yeah, literally, that's what you said, dog. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Oh, it's right here. I don't even want to play it. That shit was so. First of all, why do you say that? That's some soft shit, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
That's some soft shit. As a real nigga, you said, yo, last time I was in Philly, we wasn't getting along, huh? But now, you know what I'm saying, we good standings, you know what I'm saying? Last time I was in Philly, you know what I'm saying? We had the concert, we couldn't even really go out. They ran us about the city. No, what Meek said was like, no, you say you're a real nigga, I'm a real nigga. There's a difference in saying it and being it. There's a huge difference.
I mean, yeah, depending on how you define it, but that's not. But yeah. I don't know what Drake means when he says he's real nigga. First of all, I don't know where the Canadians be up there. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Because Tory Lanez said the same shit. He's the wildest nigga I've ever seen in my life.
But Tory Lanez is slapping nigga. At least Tory has put some hands on him.
Tory got walked by and decided to take 6 bodyguards to jump on. That's the skinniest man.
Skinny R&B nigga.
So I don't know what these niggas in Canada be doing. There's neither here nor there.
Him and Justin Bieber, though.
It's different, though. But yeah, Drake, I think we at some point we gotta admit he's just a weird dude. Is he a culture vulture? Is Drake the biggest culture vulture that we have? I mean, you're buying. First of all, you bought up some of the most classic chains. Pharrell has been a fashion icon in hip hop for 30 years, bro.
And I'll be honest with you though, if I had the money, I would have bought that chain and rocked that shit too.
It would have rocked it too, but
I'd rock the fuck
then you bought it just to melt it down.
He didn't melt it down, but I mean,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
if he did, If he did, and then you buy
what he's doing is flaunting how much money he got though.
Who gives a fuck?
No.
You ain't Jay-Z. Like, that's the only person that's the only person hip-hop money actually care about. We don't care if you hit a B. Rihanna been hit a B.
A long time ago.
Like
she didn't put out music in how long?
Exactly. So
damn, Rihanna put out some music, baby. Because, I mean, I'm a fan of A$AP Rocky, but come on, though.
Yeah. Knock it off, Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Your shit's stinky these days. And like I said, I'm a fan of Rocky. But
yeah, because I think you can rap, but I mean, I hope that would. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead.
Quote unquote melt the chains down, classic chains. You buy Tupac's ring.
That was a shot at Kendrick, but I feel like that was a shot at Kendrick.
If you want to take a shot at Kendrick, you gotta rap, bro. Kendrick been baiting you for years, and he just dissed you earlier this year on the
doing that little sticky joint.
So that's the thing. We got like 3-4 things we can cover.
With Baby King,
he's just a weird dude, bro. First of all, you and Tupac got nothing in common, bro. Stop it. That's you talking about one of the most revered, discussed, loved, missed hip hop icons in history
of all time.
Like damn hip hop. Damn hip hop. Just in pop culture, period.
What's that? Damn near revered as Martin Luther King almost.
Bring up Tupac no more, dog. Number 2, you better try. I hope they try that shit with a real New York artist. Say some shit about Biggie and watch how they fucking get on your ass for.
But see, then he get ran about immediately. He would have been ran out of it immediately. That shit, no, because he was up in New York for a week. He would have been ran out of there.
Yeah, real talk. I hope he do that.
That's why he can't diss Kendrick, because you fuck around and
pick and choose this shit.
You diss certain people in certain states, but that's why he befriends certain people, because think about this, right?
21.
You befriend, but even then, think about this. You befriend like California. As much as the game is a wild ass nigga, and people hate, you befriend the game. Him in the game is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game is a wild ass nigga, but we also know that you start dissing him, the game himself is coming to punch you in your face.
Yeah, that is true.
So
it is true.
So you do certain things at certain levels to be like, all right.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm performing in Virginia, but maybe if that, I'm going to all the big arenas.
Drake is one of them type of people. Is like it's interesting because he's one of the type of people that everybody love, but if they say the wrong thing about the wrong person, people start saying, "Hold up now, weren't you the same
like
nigga that was getting peed on?" And
it start getting like real disgusting real quick. But
yeah.
What happens is it has to be somebody who is in more of that presence of like, all right, because of course Pusha T has a fan base of his fan base, but is his fan base as big as a super like a let's say a Lil Baby? Because even Lil Baby is kind of like big where he sells out arenas type thing.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where certain people you just like, all right, I can pick and choose.
Yeah, he wouldn't dare say a word about Kendrick. Kendrick's career is too.
It's too big. Flawless. It's too prominent. And then you go to California, and now it's gonna look real sticky. So I mean, like, all right, cool. You say something about Kendrick, and you may be able to tour on the East Coast, but West Coast, you go to Nevada, and it start getting a little different. You go to Arizona, and
that's
you're like,
a fact. Yeah, you can't. Yes, I agree with you. I think
because I mean, even a big love to West Coast art. Think about if he did at the time have beef with Nipsey.
It would have been over, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Nipsey wasn't selling out arenas. Yeah. Nipsey just got a certain love from right there. Yeah. And you go to California, though, you about to get ran up out of there. And then, like, certain people in California is going to run you out of there.
When you start talking about a certain level of, like, whether it be, like, and we're not saying he's the toughest guys in the world. It's just about what they represent and stand for.
I mean,
because what does Drake really stand for? What does he represent? He's a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? He's whoever he's near. He turns into that person.
Let's just say hypothetically, right now, let's say he beef with, let's say, he's on tour, so I ain't gonna say him. Let's say he beef with like Jadakiss. Jadakiss was a big rapper at one point, but he's never got super like, oh my gosh, but he was a big rapper. New York, like, or Jadakiss is cool. Start beefing with Jadakiss.
Shit, speaking of that, I remember it was a whole interview. DMX made it clear he couldn't stand Drake. Drake wouldn't dare say shit about DMX.
He asked for a sample. What the fuck is you talking about? But no, I mean, after a while, DMX started saying, but no, before that,
that was after
that was after DMX was like, all right,
even 50 Cent. I'm not sure how that would go.
Oh no, that was the first person I said I'm not gonna mention because he's on tour right now.
Oh,
but
okay.
and he's
Okay.
selling out tours. 50 Cent
Overseas,
is way
overseas though. Don't do that.
No,
Ain't like 50 Cent running around here. He ain't doing Ben's, the Ben state.
No. He's doing Lakewood Amphitheater. I might go.
No, yeah,
but even then though, but the fact of 50 Cent is doing a 20-year of Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's a fact. Yeah.
He's doing an album that came out 20 years ago. This 50 Cent if you want to. Yeah. But then again, 50 Cent is also another one of them wild niggas that 50 Cent might actually come and talk to you.
I don't think he would do no personal. Well, he might, cause I mean, that's the thing. It's I don't know, cause P Diddy slapped Drake up too. So, but that's the thing. He got enough power. I mean, listen, he's a legend. He's an all-time great. So he got enough clout and power to get this shit swept under the rug. But if you say the wrong thing about the wrong person, again, like you said, with enough fan base.
Again, look how big 21 is. He's with 21. He's with Thug. He's with Atlanta. So you can't. You say
that's smart though. Like we gonna take that. Yeah. It's smart.
Cause I mean,
strategic.
If I'm being honest with you, had he said the wrong thing about Gucci?
I don't know. Gucci, I don't know. It depends on what version.
But I'm saying this right. Think about Gucci on the last time that he just came out.
Yeah.
And he was beefing with Gucci right there. And I'm not saying that Gucci would have, but had he come to Atlanta, it would have been a...
I'll tell you what.
Had he been beefing with T.I. during the time of when Fancy came out, even though he had different. Had he been beefing with Jeezy during that time when his first album came out, it'd been different. Had he beef with Thug, it'd have been...
I was finna say, I'll tell you what. Let Future come out and they have a disagreement about the splits on the album or some shit, and let that debate happen about careers, and let Future get started making these hits, and let's just see what happened, because like they was putting Future up there with Jay-Z not too long ago. That's how
Atlanta was putting Future and Jay-Z, saying
that's how beloved some of these people are. But I digress. I'm saying he's a weird,
like you said, he does things strategically, but I'm gonna just go back to the verse more so, and I'm gonna say that it's cool. I don't take it for more than what it is. It was, he put some bars together. He did the rapping shit. I'm a sublimity, this, whatever. Cool. I just want to. Cool. You want to continue to have the beef? I'm cool with that because I want the rapper to come out of the rapper.
Yeah.
Because now I actually, at a certain point, we've heard Drake for a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah. At
one point in time, let's just say before the Meek beef about you having somebody writing your rhymes. Yeah. At one point in time, besides the singing shit, people were like, all right, Drake can rap. Drake don't rap about shit. Drake can rap.
Yeah,
cool.
Say he can rap for real. Yeah.
I mean, even now, he can still, whatever he can rap, he still ain't talking about shit. So it's like, all right, bro, now you got to the point where like, damn, you really don't talk about shit. Like, all right, bro, like you put a bunch of shit together. Like, if it's on some girl shit, and even some money talk sometimes, cool. But Drake, he ain't talking about shit.
Yeah.
But you can rap, whatever, cool. Whether you write it or not, whatever. At some point in time, somebody's gonna want to know if you can rap. And we all know that you're not tough. We get that. We done seen it too many times that you're not tough.
Care about the fighting shit.
The fighting shit. Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I personally don't want to see rappers beef like in some violent shit. I want you to rap over some raps. I want you to rap over some beats. At some point, Drake, I want you to rap. Stop getting into a pocket in the flow where like you can catch the rhythm and that shit's catchy and you say some shit that's like everybody's gonna quote. No. Get to a pocket where you get on when he did a Just Blaze beat, when he does the No ID beat, when he does a certain The Boy Wonders where it's a beat, when you get on those intros that like the intros might be your best song but nobody's talking about because you're actually rapping for 6 minutes. We don't want to hear, nobody wants to hear that because it's not that Drake.
Yeah.
Get into that where you have to rap against and now you gotta be person to person and rap.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. I mean,
I've heard Tuscany Leather. Shit like that was one of your better songs off of, now at first people didn't like it, but that's one of your better albums.
I haven't had enough about Drake, man. I don't really know more about Drake, bro. So you what's up with you? You a fan?
I like Drake. He's cool.
All right, man. You're
but I'm
ready
saying
man. We heard you.
But I mean,
keep going on about Drake. Listen, man. 5-year waited fight. Terence Bud Crawford entered welterweight division.
140 for these fights.
147 pounds in 2018.
I remember watching Terence Crawford.
He came to the division and he asked for every major challenger available.
Every single one of them.
Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, Shawn Porter,
the Trailblazers.
Charlos, whoever. Charles is in a different weight class, but he called him one out.
Yeah, but he still calling him out.
Called him out. Nobody wanted to take the bait. It was this politics about everybody knows issues with boxing, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that. He called this man out a few times.
Called this man out. As a matter of fact, there's a video of them meeting backstage with each other. He literally he told him what's gonna happen. It's not a prediction if you know what to expect. I'm not gonna predict I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I know that's what the fuck is gonna happen. When somebody tell you what's gonna happen, expect it to happen. When he told him when I stop you, in boxing terms, that means a knockout or somebody got to intervene because you get your ass whooped too bad. When I stop you, what they're going to say is...
When it's over.
What they're going to say is, he stayed at the welterweight 147 too long. He's too weak. He's weight drunk.
Stop him say he's too small. Hey, so when I stop him, y'all going to say he was too weak. Oh my mic. And he stayed at 147 too long. He will not stop him. Okay. You're crazy. Be careful what you're smoking out.
That's exactly what happened. Busted his ass up. Now everybody making excuses. The car accidents. His words a little slurry. He didn't look right.
Fuck that. Because even after the car accident, he had some fights where he was whooping niggas' ass.
Knocking niggas' eye sockets out and all this shit.
They didn't say the car accident mattered then.
It wasn't a problem then. That's all I'm saying. Last year, one of his biggest fights, Ugas, broke his eye socket. The ref had to come in and stop the fight.
He fucked him up too.
Literally.
Of his own. And Spence has been in the Lions' Den. Would be the most gratifying, most
There's an uppercut that hurt Ugas.
This would be the biggest win in the career of Errol Spence Jr. And this one is over. Errol Spence Jr.
Broke his eye socket. Terence. July 29th, 2023, made history.
I'm gonna say this before I say anything. I'm gonna say this, right?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So a few days before, maybe like 3 days before, Scoob hit up the chat. Yo, what y'all got going on Saturday? I'm gonna go ahead and order the fight. Everybody, we there. I unfortunately been around a bunch of you dirty motherfuckers, and I got sick. Cool, but I ain't gonna talk about that. And I said, all right, Saturday comes. I'm in the bed, sniffling, body hurting. Somebody in my house ordered the fight. I did a little boop. I said, oh, mind you, when something going on that's big, the group chat, me and this man will go back and forth.
For sure.
No matter what. There's been fights, it's been games, it's been something. We go back and forth.
Maybe.
We go back and forth. We say something, we mention something. That group chat was empty. I'm looking at it right now.
Nothing to discuss.
Group chat was empty. I'm pulling it up right now.
Nothing to discuss.
Ain't nobody say nothing. Ninth round. Group chat was still empty. That was on a Saturday night, right? Because the fight started on time too, actually.
11 o'clock.
Started on time. Sunday, the group chat was empty. Monday, we had a few discussions. Still empty. We ain't talked about it since. And before you give your... Because I was in and out of sleep. I was on some meds. I'm going to just give you out some, just a few little things I saw, right? Errol Spence had somebody I ain't never seen before perform. I don't know who it was. I didn't know the song, but I turned it off.
We from Texas. We keep the swingers and bangers. We from Texas. Some local guy.
Okay, cool.
Big extra plug, some shit. Some big
cool.
guy. Yeah.
You know who I saw with Bud? I ain't even call that man whole name, but I'm gonna call Bud. You know who I saw with him? People have discussions, right? You talk about rappers, you talk about this. You talk about rappers, a lot of rappers have discussed this man. And you want to talk about bar for bar lyrical?
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's in a lot of people's top 5.
Just off the strength.
Off
You
the
might not
strength.
even heard an album by him just because the name rings
name,
that strong.
And you know his lyrical ability. He had the white.
Sweaty.
And the song that he did, let's talk about.
Get it. He's nervous.
Eminem. That one song. But hold on. That one song is built for.
That
is built for that.
Exactly what he made that song for. I don't know how many years ago was that. Yeah. Yeah. Man, it's him. That's crazy. That's hard. That's how you hype a crowd. That my man's Big H the plug, man.
Yeah. That was a while ago. Lose Yourself, Eminem. Though he made that song for that.
2002. 21
years ago. Okay, 21. Shout out to 21.
Shout out to him.
But came out to that, right? I said that says a lot. But when you get Eminem, Eminem is arguably the greatest, like, as in, like, you know, Billboard and all of the numbers wise, most acclaimed rapper ever.
The highest selling hip hop artist in history.
In history.
Highest selling hip hop artist ever.
Floyd Mayweather don't even have Eminem.
The crazy thing about this is this all came together within like 2 days' time. A snippet clip came out. Shout out Shakur Stevens. He talked to his partner. You know what I mean? He know 2 of the best fighters in the world.
And boy, that boy Haney running from him. Boy, oh, my Haney's running from him.
That.
Boy, Haney said, I'm gonna go walk, but I'm not fighting him.
Yeah, right. Smart man too, especially after what we seen Saturday night.
Oh God.
Smart man. So they talked. He said, "Hey, who you want to get to walk you out?" He said, "You know what? Eminem would be dope, bro. Epic." Posted to Instagram. Eminem comments himself. That's crazy, bro. I'm a huge fan. I would love to make this happen. All Bud said was tap in. One of the most epic walkouts, if not the most epic walkout in boxing history, happened that quick because Bud is really like that.
Hold on. Somebody said this, right? And I want to agree. Fucking Ish on fucking Joe Budden said this might be the biggest fight since Mayweather-Pacquiao.
It is. It was the biggest fight since Mayweather-Pacquiao. As far as boxing is concerned. Mm-hmm. Now you talk about like all the straight popularity, casual fans and all that. You know it's always gonna be
tanking that Garcia shit.
Tanking Garcia.
But real people. I've watched Terence Crawford fight. That boy.
It was in the top 7 in history of Gate. They made like 20 million just selling tickets in Vegas, which is a lot.
That shit is a lot of fucking money.
It's 20 million.
They made a lot of fucking money
in an arena.
I ain't talking about the bets. I ain't talking about all that other shit.
Talk about all
that
this
shit
money.
going on.
Yeah. Not only that, Errol Spence undefeated 28, 22 knockouts. He calls himself the Big Fish, the Big Shark. Great slogan. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Y'all talking all this shit, big dog. I cannot be caught. Y'all can't do nothing with me. I am the largest predator in the earth. Y'all can't do nothing with me. Ain't nobody hunting me. I'm the shark. I eat
white shark.
Great white. But Bud come out there.
Hold on, what Bud was wearing? Tell me what Bud was wearing real quick.
First of all, he said it's a fish fry.
Woo!
You know what you gotta do to have a fish fry? You gotta catch the fucking fish.
Boy, now I don't know if you heard. If you ever been to a country fish fry, that shit's good.
My mans came out there. First of all, outfit phenomenal.
Tell him.
Fire. Black, silk. You know what I'm saying? Boy had on velvet. You know what I'm saying? I thought he had on some the Pradas or some shit.
That's what I know he had on too.
Some Prada boxing shoes. Neck covered from chest to here. He couldn't even lift his arms.
Woo! The neck.
The neck.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to reel this fish in. Eminem to the side when they said, "Hey, it's your time to walk," because he came out second.
He said,
he came out exactly.
He said, "Hold."
His walkout was second. He told Eminem, "Hold the fuck up. We ain't ready yet. Let this country ass nigga wait, man."
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. The first about to start.
But then, hold on. Besides the net over here, his shorts.
Oh, the shorts.
The shorts had the net on it.
Shorts had the net on them too.
I'm going fishing, dog.
They started doing the zoom ins on their faces. I'm like, oh shit. Both of them look ready. I don't know what the fuck going on, but that was an epic moment. I feel like Bud already know how this. Like he's visualizing exactly what's gonna happen. Errol look like I'm ready to fight. I do this for a living, but Bud, like, I'm good.
He's nervous.
I'm about to show you exactly what I told you was gonna happen.
Vomit on his shirt. It's mom's spaghetti.
Listen, check this out, man. First round. Everybody's excited. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I'm nervous because, like I said, I watch film on both these guys.
Definitely, I did too.
My personal opinion. I saw maybe between 5 and 10, literally 4 fights of Terence, just to get a feel for him. Like, why is everybody talking the way he's talking? Undefeated, a lot of people undefeated, cool. And they saying it's the biggest fight, like you said, since so and so. I'm like, oh, this might be the best fight I've ever seen in my life. Like, I ain't gonna say greatest, but I've never seen nobody that can fight this well as a boxer.
I've become more of a boxing fan. I even boxed, but I mean at one point. But I was never to sit there and watch a boxing fight because I'll be honest with you, I'm not a Mayweather fan.
Okay, yeah.
So I can say that off and just be whatever, cool. I have an uncle, grew up with an uncle. He loves boxing. He said, "Oh, Spence is cool," but he said, "Yo, Terence Crawford." When he first started fighting, he said Terence Crawford. And I'm like, all right. He said, "No. Watch him." Sat here and watched many of fights of him. And I said, "Oh." And then a novice person not watching boxing, because I had stopped.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking, but in my head, I said, "Oh, he should fight Mayweather." I said, "Yo, he would never fight Mayweather." I said, "No, I think he can beat Mayweather." He said, "I don't know, but cool." I had stopped watching after a certain point, so I didn't watch the last few fights, but I didn't see enough. And he was 38 and 39-0 for a reason.
We'll put it like this. So his record right now is 40 and 31 knockouts, right?
31 knockouts. He's
So
40 and 0.
let's put this into perspective, though. He's 35 years old. The way boxing usually works, the way you get this acclaim, these big fights, is because you build your brand up. So
Yep, you sure do.
you don't have to knock everybody out. But you gotta be winning in dominant fashion in the beginning of your
unanimously.
career. Meaning the majority of these knockouts usually come in the first 5 to 10 years of your fight.
Easily.
The latter half, that's when you start doing the Floyd stuff. You just win. You know how to box. You want to win points.
Yep, correct.
He moved up to the 147-pound division, the welterweight. He took on the challenger. The first dude he fought was a dude named Jeff Horn that just beat Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
Everybody knows who Manny Pacquiao is.
I remember. I seen that fight.
Jeff Horn had to be helped to the ambulance because he got his ass stopped. The next fight that Bud fought for the next 10 fights, everybody got knocked out.
Yeah. It's after
10 of these 31 knockouts came
after I moved up.
After he was 30 years old and in a heavier weight class than I've ever been before. Meaning, the older and heavier he got, the better he got. This is some LeBron James shit.
Yeah,
you do
literally.
not get better.
You don't get better.
You should not be the best fighter.
You shouldn't be shooting 40% from the 3-point line.
Exactly. You should not be averaging your career high at 36 years old.
You should not be getting 10 assists a game.
He has knocked everybody out vicious. Listen, cool. Let me go back to what I was saying.
Go ahead. Talk to him.
This is my personal opinion. I can't go off accolades for greatness because boxing has a long history. This is personally the best fighter I've ever watched fight in a boxing match. He has every style I've ever seen him do. It's like watching LeBron play. Whatever he wants to do for that moment, for that quarter, for that game, for that play,
I'll be a point guard right
he
now.
can do it and do
I'll
it
be
the best.
Right now.
Not
I'll
just
be a
do it, he
scorer
can
right
be
now.
the best at it. Bud fights orthodox and he
fights unorthodox. He fights southpaw.
Southpaw. Either hand,
which
knockout
is tough.
He does this based off what he sees in the ring and based off what hand he's fighting. I watched Errol Spence. Tried to anyway.
I watched 3 of his fights. I thought he could fight.
I could not make it through a single full fight because I did not see anything that made him look any better than the average fighter. I didn't understand it. Honestly, they said his style is forward, beat your body up, jab, body. I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but that's cool. But what happens if they don't want to just stand in front of him and just fight? Like, how? Ain't that what boxers do? Like, they adjust, right?
Yeah.
Just like what.
But it takes a few rounds for most boxers.
Exactly.
Most boxers to adjust.
They said he wears you down, like, so he draws people into his style, and you know what I'm saying. And people got into it. It's an emotional thing. You got to think. Like, okay, cool, that's great. So you can be great at that one thing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You can be Shaq, back somebody down, but what happens if they put you on the free throw line?
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Because can you make free throws?
Okay, cool. So going into the fight, I was already expecting Terence to win. The only reason I was nervous because I'm like, damn, maybe I'm not educated enough. Because people saying it's 50-50. They saying Errol is like that. So maybe I didn't see something.
Earl does have power behind some of his punches.
He does.
And I've seen him hit people.
Mm-hmm. And that made me nervous.
And that shit hurt.
The only reason I wasn't nervous about him hitting Terence is because I seen Terence get hit too.
Yep, you're right.
And that's what makes him the best. You can't just be all offense. You gotta be able to take a punch.
Your chin gotta be strong.
So I'm like, okay, cool. He didn't have hard hitters before, but maybe this is the man that they say he is. Right. Maybe this is Mike Tyson at the 147. So okay, cool. First round start. I'm like, okay, cool. They filling each other out. I'm like, damn. Terence is really doing too much. He kind of downloading, seeing what's going on. Errol is looking exactly how he looked in all the other fights. Body work, jab, long ass left hook to the body and shit. I'm like, okay, cool. He winning. And he kept hitting kind of hard. Like these are good points he scoring. Terence lost that first round, easy. Second round happens. I'm like, oh, he picked up his rhythm. He got his timing.
That second round was the end of the fight.
Listen, the man got knocked down by a double jab.
A jab.
A jab. You know what makes it so crazy? It's just like, bro, you can have the greatest handles in the world, but it's knowing how to use them that makes it effective.
Kyrie.
So the way Terence punches, it's a timing thing. It's already going to have strength behind it. But I can take a punch when I know it's coming better and I'm standing straight up better than if I'm drunk, halfway leaning over, and somebody hits me.
Correct.
So that's the way he times it. Way Errol throws his punch, he's doing these leaping things and he's trying to recover. It's a long step back. If I get timed like that, first of all, I'm not prepared to take the hit. It's already powerful and I'm off balance. So not only is it flush, I'm getting knocked down too.
And now as I'm trying to recover off the first one,
and now, bah, it's still punishment I'm taking. My face is starting to get bloody. All this from that round on, I swear to God, it looked like Errol had no business.
He did a step back jab and hit him.
Listen,
and he pretty much collapsed. Bro, a step back jab is. How do you step back and jab and have power behind it?
His head, bro, people's head don't snap back from jabs like that, bro. It move you a little bit, but your shit should not never.
No. It was like,
it's a power jab.
It's like, oh shit, my neck, dog. What the fuck?
Listen, by round 6 and 7, people are saying your corner has to stop this fight. That's how disgusting it was. Bro, it's a mismatch, man. It's levels to it. It's different. Send his ass home, dog. Ooh. The extra one on the way out. Bro, man was
I was on therapy and I was like, let me see. Bro, they was trying to throw they was thinking about throwing that white flag a few times, though.
They said he picked up the
They picked it up a few times. They said, help him.
And I was when it got to like that part, I was nervous because I'm like, damn, he could do all this and still get like caught with something. But then I'm watching the fight, I'm like, whoa. Errol's fucked up, but I could tell why people like him. Like he got a hard reward. Like he's still hitting hard as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and Terence is just eating these.
He's eating them. But he said that though. He said, I felt it early, and he said, "Oh, that's it.
I could take this." Yeah,
that says a lot.
I remember him throwing a overhand looping left, and he caught me right on the button. I think it was the first or the second round, and I was just like, "This is it." I was like, "Oh, okay." It's gonna be a long night for him.
But I mean, shout out to son got shot in the head and drove to himself to the hospital.
And that's when around like round 6 or 7, that's when I started getting scared because I'm like, damn, at what point do I realize there's people really walk around this earth that are smaller than me, that are literally killing machines?
Yeah. No.
Like, what type of person is he to be walking around that nobody can beat? Not only nobody can beat, that he can knock out anybody. It's terrifying.
Not nobody can just beat, bro, with hands.
With hands.
Like, I gotta shoot you now.
Bro, listen.
And I mean, nigga like him, I gotta shoot you a few times, obviously.
The beating was so bad. It's people been calling for his retirement. It's people saying he has neurological damage. It's people saying he needs to take a year off just to even evaluate if he needs to fight anyone anymore. For the sake of his health. When you're dealing with somebody that's hitting you that hard, that long, He can literally kill you, like end your life.
But bro, did you see he was on that, or they ended it what, 9th round?
Mm-hmm.
He at the end he did start going for the knockout, but he was taking it easy.
He was, and the crazy thing is that's when I really got scared. Right when the ref jumped in,
the few like combos he caught, it was, you saw how light he was. Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna damage you too much. That right hook or that left hook, first of all, that left hook is mean. That right hook, he came over, he bowed and came over the top with that right, but pulled it back.
Listen,
I said, all right.
In those 3 knockdowns, bro, 2 of them happened in the 7th, 1 happened in the 2nd. He got saved by the bell both those times. His life was flashing before his eyes.
Yeah, that's it. Whiplash.
Oh my God, bro! At some point, a warrant has to be released. At some point, a warrant has to be issued to arrest this criminal.
Hold on. Did you hear?
Like it was a vicious, man. Shout out to Terence. Listen. I don't know if this is possible, but if you can get to 50-0, you might be the greatest ever. That's
Floyd,
real talk.
And here's why I would say he will be. Honestly, I don't know if he has to get to 50-0. I will say 45, and the only reason I say that is because I look at Floyd's way of fighting. Look when he took Manny.
I agree with that. Yeah.
At what point of Manny's career did he take him?
That's fair. I think that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point, yeah.
I don't know. He didn't fight Triple G during that prime. Canelo during the prime. Certain things he didn't fight during their, oh shit, these niggas is really in their shit. And he said,
that's a fair point.
You take these people when I take these people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I would give it, I think it's valid when you talk about like the way he fought in the sense of like he was outboxing people, but you're talking about somebody that's outboxing people, but also like damn, they ended their lives in the ring.
But
you got a combination of both.
That, and he's fighting people at their peak. He's not fighting them when they're on their downswing.
But I'm saying you could say that for like basically anybody's career too, because everything comes with an asterisk.
Okay.
Everything is always going to come with an asterisk, because I mean you got boxing is one of the most corrupt sports. The judging can be off. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So that's why I
but
say
he's fighting them. He's beating them unanimously without. There's no question about it. Like, yo, we're ending this fight.
But you also got to get a couple more names. If he goes up to 154 like he plans and knocks out the Charlo brother, it's gonna be some real discussions.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like,
it's gonna
all right.
be some real discussions if he can knock out Jermell Charlo.
It is,
especially if Jermell beats Canelo, which I can't wait for September 30th. Which is unlikely.
I don't know. I mean, we seen what Caleb Plant did to him and what Caleb Plant tried to do to Canelo. So I mean, you see the difference in reaction.
Yeah.
First of all, speaking of that, I know we was talking about this, but as a man, boxer or not, if we out, you know what I'm saying, and you know you back and forth with somebody, you know you did whatever. And somebody open hand slap you in your fucking face, man. Somebody open hand slaps you, B, and you hear it. It's not like a little. You hear that shit like that. That shit made a noise.
Yeah.
You would.
If it's Terence Crawford, I'm just gonna have to get slapped.
I'm shooting him.
I'm out of there, nigga. No,
I'm shooting him.
He take bullets too to the head.
No. That's a multiple. I'm open that shit.
I'm out of there, man. Somebody gotta,
Yeah, no. We're gonna jump in.
That'll be my first time calling the police.
Oh, you gonna immediately
get his ass arrested, man.
No, I'm gonna shoot him and call the police as I'm shooting him.
What
you talking about,
sir?
Hey, bow.
This nigga is taking the bullets to the chest as we speak. Come get his ass,
please.
I'm out here.
I'm running.
But shit, man.
I'm talking about a regular person. Like, you gonna let him shoot you like that?
I'll turn into Terence Crawford if somebody slap me. I would be that person if somebody slapped me in front of my girl.